Yag ayuk satini, takatiuhan, kunalchish hati adi. Good to see you, everybody. Thank you for coming here. It's Tuesday, February 25th today. It's getting brighter outside. It's feeling good, warming up a little bit. Um, and we scheduled today to talk about our class schedule, looking ahead, discussion, and then mostly workshopping our newspaper, taking a look at all of the updates that people have been submitting, and translation progress. Nahle Skuntla shared with us the latest draft of the design, and so we'll just work on it today. Does that sound good to you guys? Wasa Yati, how are you all?
Okay.
Hear this? Yeah.
Okay. So before we jump into the newspaper, I listed the rest of our remaining classes on this on the screen. And so today, like we mentioned, is Tuesday, February 25th. We have class this week and next week, and then we'll take a break for a week. I'll be traveling for a conference. So the week of March 11th and 13th, we will not have class. And then we'll meet again March 18th and 20th, and then take another break. And I'll be traveling to Caltag for our memorial potlatch. I'll be busy working on that all day for a week, and so I won't be able to teach those days. That'll take us through
Okay,
March.
I'll be here.
Yeah. Yep. Shakhsani Keek will be here. And do you plan to teach that week of the 25th, Shirley?
No.
Okay. All right, it sounds like Shirley will be able to teach that week. So update my slides. I'll have to just say Anna gone. So essentially we'll just be taking this class will just be taking a spring break on March 11th and March 13th. There will be no class. And then April 1st through the 29th, we'll have class. And then that'll be our last class on April 29th. So are there any questions about the schedule? Nice. Um, so yeah, any questions pop up, just let us know. But we made a task board for today. The Auntie Babs cartoon is looking awesome. I'm gonna pull it up and show it to you guys. And we have some suggestions. There's an article about budget cuts. And so that's an awesome topic. There's a promotion of the traditional games, and we'll help you with the typing. Nathe Skuntla, our design specialist, gave me the editing link so I can help with the typing, make sure we have underlines where we need them. Personals ad is super cute, and the New Zealand article is coming together. And Shirley and I are gonna help with the Tlingit translation of that one, and we have some updates on it as well. So I'm gonna pull up the design and make it large. Go to the top. Um, Before we review the latest design, Shirley, was there anything you wanted to add or mention? Okay. Nahle Skuntla, do you want to talk about the design? Are you available?
I am here. The class is getting dismissed soon, but I don't really have anything to say. Um, I just really did my best and I hope you like what I've done and I'll be glad to change anything.
Awesome. Gunaltish. Tlachwasa yik eyi ye janayi gunaltish. Your work is so good. Thank you so much. And
Yes,
so
it
here,
looks great. It really does.
good. Stamp of approval from Squate. We got smiles in the house. Good. This design is super fun. It looks like a newspaper. We've got the name of the month at the top, our title, Nachttutu, and some Tlingit phrases around here. Tlaik 1 for the first edition. Zantikihini, the town name, area name for Juneau. Our first article will be the New Zealand article. And this is about how much space we're dedicating right now to the article. So, Yandekin Kiraka, are you available? Do you want to talk about your latest update?
Yeah, I'm here. Um, I think there's a lot that I think we can still cut out of it. It's a little more focused on
I think it's a
the MP now. I got a quote from her in the article.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Your work is awesome. And one thing Shakhsani Keek and I mentioned while we were preparing for class today is when we're talking about terms like this, Shirley, did you want to describe it how you did to me?
Yeah. Um, for an article that includes a lot of terminology that is used by the government or um, the white people, we do when we tell the story, we weave in and out of Tlingit and English is mixed. So uh, it's like don't have time to translate it to Tlingit, but the word has to get out. So we just say it in English, and then a comment or so before or after what was said. But a lot of times it was just kind of left like that. So it wasn't unusual to weave in and out like that uh, for articles, especially when it has to deal with the government and non-native people and what's happening because of what they're trying to do. So I think it will work. Anna and I were talking about working on it and see how it comes out. And we did look at your list of words, and but we haven't had time to actually go by sentences to see what we can come up with. Uh, so we want to take the time to do that, if it's all right.
Yes, please.
Awesome. So yeah, like Shirley mentioned, Yanda Ka did a lot of the research that's required for translation. He already looked up a lot of the English terms from his article and compiled this list from the dictionary and the verb dictionary. And so the next step for Shirley and I is to go sentence by sentence and think about the big picture and whether we're getting that picture across as we choose which words to use to describe it in Tlingit. Really great work, Gunatish.
Yeah, it's usually done to give the emphasis, the importance that it deserves, uh, because we've had to had to do deals like this for quite a few years, so it's not uncommon to see it or hear it.
Okay. Any other comments or questions on the New Zealand article?
I have one comment that just goes back to the first page, and I forgot to say, I will need to put in March instead of February, probably, right?
Yeah. Uh, Ayahoa, that's right. So let's look up March. For month names, I go to Lingit Renachsa, the phrase book, say it in Tlingit. And month names are chapter 4. So let's just take a look now while we have it open. And looks like March. Of course, this is these are the traditional Tlingit names for the moons, the harvesting seasons. And they go by a lunar calendar, which is off kilter a little bit from the Gregorian or English calendar. However, we've been referring to February as Ts'ikdisi, Black Bear Month, when cubs are born. According to this book, March would be Hin Tanach Kayani Disi, month of underwater plant budding. So, Shirley, do you agree with using that term for the month of March?
Yeah, if that's the term that's in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a long one,
Yeah. Let's see how it fits in
long
here.
description.
Yeah, long description.
And I put a bear a little bear up there. So maybe we could put something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
might be the month of the sea cucumber.
Oh,
My brother said it's very delicious. I never tried it.
my dad really likes them too, and I've not yet tried it either. Okay, so I'm just changing the month name while we're looking at it. Hintanach Kayani Disi.
We were looking at the plant book for Southeast.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
maybe there's a picture in there, sea cucumber.
Oh, let's take a look. The plant book Shirley's talking about is this one. And she and I have been spending some time thinking of ways we can incorporate plant names in Tlingit and traditional uses and common uses. So let me look at the top and see if there's one for sea cucumber or underwater plants. Just go to the top. This is a really beautiful publication I'm just getting familiar with now, published by Search. And it's called Southeast Alaska Traditional Foods Guide. It says Harvest for Your Health. Search encourages harvesting and processing of local plants and berries. Traditional foods can positively contribute to your health. And they just have really beautiful images in this book and some really awesome descriptions. So let's scroll down. Looking at the table of contents, we have black seaweed, bulk kelp, ribbon seaweed, sea lettuce, and then some, oh wait, what else do we have? Beach asparagus. I'm just skimming for underwater plants. And then it looks like mostly plants on land.
I skipped cucumbers.
Yeah. Let me look at the name for sea cucumber. I've heard it before. Yane. Sea cucumber, Yane. Do you recommend changing the month name to Yane Disi?
Now that might, but to shorten it.
Yeah. Sea cucumber month. This up. Or maybe just put it next to it.
I just looked up sea cucumber and it says it's an animal. So maybe that's why we're not finding it.
That makes sense.
An animal?
I think I think I've seen them moving when my dad harvested one.
Yeah.
It says it's a spiny skinned elongated marine invertebrate with tube feet for feeding and moving.
That's what it was. I was trying to remember that name, invertebrate. Did your brother usually boil him, shaksani keek, or did he say
I don't
how?
know.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I'll ask my dad. He really likes them. And they're he just happens upon them sometimes by luck when he's halibut fishing. I think when they get stuck on his hook,
Yeah.
it's really rare that he gets one.
Maybe that's how my brother used to get it. I don't know. My parents never mentioned it, but my brother talked about it and he said he really liked it.
Yeah.
So it's not a plant, huh?
Must be an animal if it's an invertebrate. I'm gonna spell check the title. We use Gisha will carry Edwards online for database and just look up read to see if we need a high tone on Nachtutu. I don't see it in
The
here.
term cucumber is misleading.
I agree. Surely should, huh?
Maybe they meant the shape or uh, I don't know.
They look like a cucumber. I have a picture of it in the book. Here's a picture of one for folks. It's the shape of a cucumber and it's clinging to the rocks here in this photo, but that's what it is.
Um,
Surely should the title be high tone Nachtutu?
Um, no,
Oh, low tone. Okay, thank you. Awesome. So that's our first article. Our next update. The traditional games promotion, April 4th to 6th. It says Ash Kanach Tuliat. Let's go ahead and play. And then there's a link here for people to reference the advertisement for the games. And then it says Traditional Games UAS 2024. Hey, wait, it's 2025. This one's for this year, right? Nachleis Gunther. Yeah, 2025. Oh, and the Sealaska Heritage website has live stream here. So that's cool. The link in our paper takes people to the live stream. Still working on our font. Evelyn, do you remember what font we said we were going to use for the common text? Maybe the youngest serif. We'll make all the fonts uniform. Main thing for folks that are starting to type stuff in Lingit is making sure that underline letters stay consistent with the text, the rest of the text in the font you're using. Sometimes it'll get tripped up and make like the X look really out of place with the other letters. So that's why it's a little choosy on the fonts. I'm gonna move this. And then where did you come up with these cute little image? Where'd you get this cute image of the bear?
I might have just Google searched a bear image. I
Okay.
don't remember. And
Okay.
then the finger, that one finger
Uh-huh.
for that, it seems like I got that from a Tlingit math book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. I like it because the thumb is up for
Uh-huh.
one. Yeah.
Yep. So I figured I could keep those consistent because all those images, I hope it's not copywritten. Uh, I don't know.
I know there's so many layers to this, but I have a feeling we'll be okay if I mean, they're just little kind of like
Yeah,
text. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could give credit or we could advertise the math book.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just try to keep a list of sources that I find.
Okay. Sounds good. I just put a little comment here for us to remember to look up the source in case we want to put its trademark down here.
Right.
So cool. Okay, this is all looking good. And then we have okay, the next piece is Anchorage School Board continues discussion on budget cuts, hopes for more state funding. So let's make this a little wider and see if we can get it all in one line. Okay, that looks good. If
Uh,
anyone go ahead.
now I was just gonna say, I think if those images are just clip art and we're not selling the paper, it's fair use. I don't think
Okay,
there's a yeah.
thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of as clip art. Okay, cool. Um, So this article says Anchorage, Alaska, KTUU, the Anchorage School District Board addressed more concerns about next year's budget at Tuesday's regular meeting, the proposal for which includes major cuts. Over 100 people signed up to give public testimony. The preliminary budget was presented 2 weeks ago by district staff, at which time it included cuts to middle and high school sports, gifted and language programs, as well as a significant reduction in staff. District staff and board members have indicated the $100 million deficit they are facing is largely due to a lack of state and federal funding, but are hopeful that might change. The challenge is they aren't able to budget for it without knowing the number ahead of time. We have no idea what the number is going to be, so it's not anything that we could build into a budget and promise people they will have jobs, said Andy Holloman, ASD School Board President. So the cuts that people are seeing right now is a worst case scenario, but at the same time, there's no guarantee that won't be the scenario. And then this story is by Joe Allgood, published February 18th this year.
Things are changing every minute, and I could look up a more recent article that was, when I was working on it last. I
Yeah.
know that our school budget, we just got, word that Medicaid is getting cut, so that means we're not going to be offering free and reduced lunches to kids anymore. It's just changing every minute. Um, so I guess maybe we could update it if there's an update.
I think I heard yesterday that they started to figure out who's going to be laid off. So I don't think the news improved for the teachers.
Hmm. Okay. And do we want to shorten this article and do half of it or do a Lingit translation? That one would go here. I'm gonna make a template and take a look at it because I don't think any one person was assigned to this article, were they? So I'm gonna add a section for it and we'll just see how it goes. Sports funding.
I think if they are going through with the layoffs, we can end up by saying Ishan.
Okay. Ayahoa. Ishan. With layoffs, if they go through with layoffs. Okay, we have a lot to look at, so let's keep trucking along. If anyone thinks of anything as we're going, please feel free to speak up. This is our workshop time, so. Next one is word or phrase of the month, and this one was by Abby Tachier. And she wrote, "My name is Tachier, which means the basket with the sun shining through it. I was adopted into the Tequidi Brown Bear clan of the Tantaquan Tongass tribe by Tlingit elder Tleiwan, Honorable One. in honor of his mother, Esther Shea. Throughout her life, Esther was dedicated to teaching the Tlingit language, songs, and traditional values of Southeast Alaska. Today, that responsibility is mine within our family and community. And in this role, one thing remains essential: to have courage. I've volunteered to author a column called Auntie's Unsolicited Advice, though for this edition we're calling it Auntie Bab's Unsolicited Advice. It will be presented in a comic book format and will incorporate the phrase of the week. We hope you enjoy this introduction to the Tlingit language and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. And then Nathalie Skunthla put in the heading the phrase Iko ayachwan. So I'm gonna make this all low caps. And do on high tone here, underline here, and see if I can move this text box up a little bit or make it slightly smaller. 59, let's go 56, just so that the underline shows up. How's that look to you guys?
That looks good.
Okay. And then beneath it, we have our cartoon. So it says Auntie Bab's Unsolicited Advice. And um, uh, where did we get this adorable comic strip?
So I just looked up a lady and a kid, and I looked up different food items, and I had a desk and a computer, and I just stuck things in.
Did you make this?
No, I didn't. I just in Adobe, no, Canva, you can search up items or uh yeah, I just looked up whatever I wanted and I stuck it in.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then I wanted her to have like a surprise reaction. So I
Yeah.
put I looked up glow and I stuck in little lines
Wow.
and he took all the food
Yeah.
because that was what we wanted, right?
Yeah.
I had him empty the table.
This is incredible. I can't, I'm sorry for
Had so
laughing.
much fun. I just
Yeah,
want to retire and make things like this.
good. I highly encourage you to do so. You obviously have a talent for it.
Yeah,
Um,
picking the word of the day to make that come out like that. That's really genius. So it's great.
Well, I wanted to try, and I didn't know if we were going to have somebody draw. So I just thought, well, this will be temporary until we get drawings.
this is awesome. You just amaze me that you just went into Canva and figured this out. It's so good. That just made my day. Okay. She's like, I just put things in.
I did.
Uh, so good. You even put these conversation bubbles and everything. I would actually like to take advantage of this in the future for these activities.
It is a really good technique for learning a language.
Mhm.
Is what you were doing is awesome, just helping us with the visuals and the text. It's a good technique.
Okay. So we have the conversation bubbles here, and Shirley and I took a look at this earlier. But the grandma's at her computer and she's saying out loud, or the boy comes in the door and asks his grandma, "Wasa Kianuk?" And then she responds from her computer, "Ha'idut tu." So he says, "How's it going?" She says, "They're teaching us." There's a table with food, red huckleberries, salmon eggs, salmon fillet. And then the boy says, "Iitkshek kadashi, can I help you?" And he's swiping the food off the table while he's talking. And then she's not looking at him, so she says, "Tlachwasa achtu kach." How proud I feel of you. And then last one, he's got the food and she's looking at him with this like glowing surprise. And then we need to work on this translation. The intention, I believe, is for her to say, "Do you have courage?" And then he responds, "Kunach." Really? And Shirley, do you remember what your recommendation was for this last one?
Yeah, for her to say ha.
Oh, yeah. Uh, And then what does the boy say?
Do you have courage? Why do we do the common response, equity?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Quati. I'll make this smaller font. And I think I'm gonna make these small caps. We'll go size.
Does he have a mouthful?
He doesn't have a mouthful, but he has his hands full, but I believe we can move the food into his mouth.
Yeah, I can cover his mouth, or you can cover his mouth with something.
Yeah. So it's a kind of a muffled equity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good move. Do that.
Okay. He's kind of eating the salmon eggs now. Yeah, yeah, Quati. And so she says, oh, and she should say the phrase, "Ha'a igwayachwan." And then he responds, "Yekwati."
Is she wearing glasses?
Yes, ma'am.
I think when she says that, she could be looking over her glasses at him.
Oh, yeah. Evelyn, can you make that happen?
I can try. She came with the glasses, but I might be able to figure out something. I might be able to figure out manipulating her face so that, yeah, the glasses move down or something, like she's looking over the glasses. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I can try.
Okay. Let me know if you need help with that. I have Adobe Illustrator, so I can always take a look at it too.
Sure, sure.
Okay. So I'm just going to put a little comment here. Looking over her glasses. Fun. Man, what a fun platform for this. I'm just going to make the rest of these, format them the same. Oops. This is so fun.
And I didn't think it mattered that she didn't have legs, but she just came as like separate from the computer table. So she's just like a head. I think I cropped her because she was standing originally. I
I,
don't know.
yeah, I can see that when I double click it. I can
Yeah,
see that
yeah, yeah.
you cropped it to make it
Uh-huh.
look like,
So I
yeah.
guess we could put her legs back on. I don't know.
Let me see what it looks like if we
Yeah.
do. because I still would want the desk to be in front of her, but see if there's an arrange button on here.
Yeah, you can layer it.
Oh, layer, okay.
Um,
Send to back.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
send. Oop,
back,
too far back.
maybe forward.
Okay. Layer, bring forward.
There's
Oh,
her. Oh, now her head's behind the bubble.
okay, so
Maybe
then I'll
that could go back.
send this back. Wow, I'm beginning to see how much work you put in this.
Exactly. That's why I sit sometimes all day.
This is incredible. I love it. This is making my day. I'm gonna see if I can do that for the rest of these because at this point I'm just having fun. So bring her down and send her to back. Send backward. Again, layer.
Step by
Wow.
step.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Did you stay up late at night working on this, Evelyn?
No, this was like a Sunday deal. Like
Nice.
me just sitting on a Sunday.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too far back. Oh, I never changed the crop. So we want to crop. I'm going to move this briefly so that
Mm-hmm.
I
That's how
can.
I do it.
Okay,
There's her feet.
nice. And then bring this back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe bring this forward. So cool.
Mm-hmm. It's fun to see the depth of things. It doesn't look so flat anymore, you know.
Yeah, I like this in the larger font, how you had it. Bring it back up. Exclamation mark. How does that look to you guys? Maybe you'll bring this one up so that the readers read his first.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to make it in order. Like, I guess if it were in the in a comic strip, it would be box by box.
I think in Calvin and Hobbes, they usually do, if the person on the right talks first, they just make it higher up than the person on the left.
Oh.
I think. Oh, and look, you can.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's try bringing it down. Wow, so fun.
No. It's like playing house or something, or playing dolls. It's like Animal Crossing,
Yeah,
the game.
yeah. I can see how you spent your whole Sunday on this. It is pretty fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I'm very happy with this. So that's the anti-Babs advice. Next one is the recipe. And I noticed in our, oh, we only have 10 minutes left. I noticed in our translation, let's find it. We had a translation for "Are you hungry?" This phrase "Dasa itua sugu" means "What do you want?" But Shirley, what do you think about for our heading for the recipe? Do we want to call it "Iitke yan uaha"?
Uh, I think if we ask, let's see, are you hungry? The other one is, yeah, I think that's it. Unless she wants to start out by saying, "Here's what I'm cooking."
Oh, that sounds fun. Here's what I'm cooking. Cooking. For people,
Yat yatat kokasai. I'm going to cook this.
Usai. Can you say it again, please?
Yatat kokasai.
Kokasai. Kokasai. Yat at kokasai.
Cook, cook,
Ko
kokasai.
kokasai. Okay. Yat at kokasai. Here's what I'm cooking. Ganache. And I want to put the English translation as well. So I'll make this smaller. Drive size 50, 55. So we want to do 2 lines. This one's smaller. Yeah, that kukasai. Fun. Okay. And then we have the recipe. We only have 7 minutes left, so we might not make it to the end. Shirley, is there anything else we should bring up before we go?
I don't think so. I think we're doing all right.
Okay. So the recipe is utki, and then there's a tribute from great grandmothers, equate.
Did we put the name in from the person who's great grandmother it is. Like I couldn't remember who was sharing the recipe.
Squait Ichilkukwa, is it your grandmother?
Ah,
Okay. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll do Squait Ichilkuk. Eidach.
I think it's Gia,
Giach.
her recipe. You're giving her.
So I'll do Squait Ichilkuk Giach.
Who's why are you saying do? Please.
Oh, would it just be Squait Ichilkuk Giach?
Wait, feet. Is that my grandmother?
Yeah, it's Squait's grandmother whose name was Saquait.
Yeah, say my grandmother.
Oh. Oh yeah, because it's her recipe. Squait Ichilkuk Giach. My great grandmother.
Now that really tells it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna move these up a little bit for spacing. This smaller than the heading.
Hi.
Are you veteran, Kendall?
No, that's my dad.
Yes, you're. I said you look younger than I was expecting.
Pretty good shape for 90. Huh?
Yes, you got your Landro.
Oh, hi.
Hi there, sir.
You're the new one.
Yeah, I'm the new one.
Okay.
My mom is in a meeting right now, so it ends at 1. So
Okay.
if we can stop just for a minute.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah, it's right there.
Enough. Thanks, Carl. God. Okay, this is looking good, you guys. Atlain hina kayi na u. Typing looks good.
Would my great grandmother be Achlik Klein?
Oh, is that right, Shirley? My great grandmother. Achlil Kutlain.
Yeah,
Okay, goodness geez. Awesome, you guys. Good work. Tlachwasa achtu klekei yikach lekat yuhan. I just feel so proud of you guys. Shirley, any other thoughts before we go?
no, it really sounds good. Maybe for the updating of the school problem with the
Yeah.
language. Yeah,
So you're a doctor of medicine,
So-
huh?
Okay, I'll put a comment to update so that when you and I look at this, we can go over it too.
Days.
All right, you guys, have a good rest of your day. Goodnight.
jeez.
okay.
See,